Hi, I'm Deepa. Good morning to all of you. I'm a freelance writer for the Hindu group, the Metro Plus and the Business Line, and also a magazine known as Women Exclusive. Here I have with me in the panel Ms. Sarada Ramani, founder and CEO of Computer International.
Hi.
Hi, Sarada.
Hi, Deepa.
And here is Jayashree Shankar, director of Next Wave Multimedia Private Limited. So can we get started, ma'am? Like, can you just tell us something about your background and your company?
You want to take it first? Okay.
Hi everyone, good morning. I started this company in 1996. Before that, I was just an art student, and then I did love programming. Though I was not into engineering or anything, I did want to do some bit of programming and learned it in NIIT. And then again moved on to graphics and animation. And then started this company doing 3D animations and video productions. And then widened our services into online as well as mobile.
Hi, good morning. I don't know whether the mic is working or not, but I know that my voice is very loud and it's on. Okay. Otherwise, I have to throw my voice a little bit more, which I'm kind of used to now. I come from a very different background. This is a second innings for me, and I am a BSc chemistry student, having done some diplomas just as something I wanted to do when I was facing my middle life crisis, and then got on to becoming a faculty, then opening up my own training center, and now I had a services company.
Tell us something that you always wanted to be an entrepreneur, or was it by chance?
So for me, it was an accident. I never thought that I'm going to be one like that. I was, having come back to work, taking time off for raising a family for 14 years, coming back to work itself was a big thing. So when I started working as a faculty, I had to do a lot of arrangements at home so that I can take care of my two daughters, who were at that time, one was 5 years, another one was 13 years old. So both of them were school going, so I had to go start at 7 o'clock, 6:45 I had to leave the house. So being that, from there on, when the CEO of the company asked me a question, why don't you start off on your own center? That really put me on to the entrepreneurship journey. So it was a mere accident, and unfortunately Anand, who is working with me, will vouch for it that it has been a pleasant journey for me, but I don't know about the people who have been working for me.
In my case, it was like there was no entrepreneurship, women entrepreneurship, nothing of that sort was heard at that time or even encouraged. We just started it for the sake of survival. I wanted to do something, not as a business or whatever, just a survival thing. It was just two people company. We started at home, and then we gradually grew. Now we are 80 plus. In fact, when we were doing services, we were around 110. And then our focus shifted to products. Like we started off doing gaming and other things globally. And now we have reduced it to 80, which is all we need.
It's really nice. So, IT industry is generally dominated by men. So, do you face any challenges, and how do you overcome?
Okay.
Not many women in this domain.
Yes, it is true, Deepa. Like what Cheryl was also talking about. See, I'm part of EVET, which stands for Empowering Women in IT, and we work for the share and sustenance of women in the IT workforce. That's our main motto on which we are working. So from that experience, I'm telling you, like we have been going through different statistics, and we have come through that when we look at the numbers at the bottom of the pyramid, they are pretty high. In fact, I have two blogs. One blog talks about how the last year's entry point was for the large corporations. We were talking about IBM and SAP and others, where they were talking about more than 76 were from our gender. Like so many girls got into it. I mean not 70s, I'm sorry, it's about 52% were women when in the entry level job. So when we are talking about 40,000 people entering as freshers, and 52%, it means like more than 25,000 people, 25,000 girls enter into their in the industry. But when we look at the middle, it really is a very worrying thing, because it's like a leaky bucket syndrome. Like the more the number of women that are entering into the workforce, the more are the people who are going off. So when you ask me whether there has been challenges in this industry which is male dominated, today the contours of this industry is very slowly changing, but the kind of pace at which it is supposed to change, it has to drastically improve. This is one industry where, as a woman, are you discriminated against? Yes or no, I would say. Because the word per se is gender agnostic. What it requires is more staying power from us than from the from your own colleagues who may be of any gender or any culture or any citizenship. Because like when we were discussing in the morning, Jay was talking about staying back in our industry. It is very typical that you need to be there for 4 days together. How many of us can stay on for 3-4 days continuously working, and then that pressure, who will take care of the small kid at home, or who will take care of the parents at home, things like that, that's where the challenges come in. And have we faced some gender discrimination at the workforce? Even though I head the company, yes. There is a slight way in which my husband is with me. In fact, he reports to me both at office and at home. He joined me, having worked in Canterbank, he quit his job and then joined me after 3 years of me starting the company. Between both of us, if I really sit back and analyze, the way some people respond to him, the way whatever he says is being totally taken in, and the way they take what I say, there is a subtle difference, despite me being the head of the company. So there is that even today, even in this industry, which is gender agnostic, much better off than the other industries, there is still there. That is where that sensitization is being a big thing that is being talked about in large amounts in terms of the time, effort and money being spent with the large organizations.
Knowing that it is a gender agnostic domain and these challenges you would be facing, so what inspired or motivated you to start this in the IT segment?
Because this is something I love. I want to do it because of my own love and passion and things like that, and not because I need to do it. So that really gives you all the push in the world to, at least it gives you a big fill up and say, okay, this guy is behaving like that, let me go and show him what I am. So that really puts you in a much more fighting mode than in the earlier stages where you don't have that fighting spirit within you. That's really one of the ways in which if somebody comes and earlier days, when both my husband and myself used to go around and then start talking, everybody will be looking at him, and he will be the only person to whom everybody will be talking about technology and things like that. I'll be standing beside him looking as if I'm an accompanying person, and then the moment I open my mouth, then they bloody well not look at my husband at all. It's only at me that all the questions will be posed and all the answers will be given to me. So it gives you that impetus to really prove yourself more and more than what you would have done.
Thank you.
For me, within the organization, I have not faced this at all. I have to, from my experience, people do listen to you if you have your knowledge and this thing. I feel your firmness also comes into play. Don't think that we are a woman, we have to act more firm or lesser, this thing. It all depends on what happens at that stage. Apart from that, I think the challenges that we faced is, as we were discussing, in gaming especially, when you work, it just goes beyond hours. It's never the same that you started off with. So you want to keep on working on it. So how many of us can really spend the time? It's not necessary that we have to stay 3-4 days, and continuously work, though we used to. But still, the amount of hours that we spent, at work is getting more because it is in gaming.